Welcome to our video on discussing social issues in IELTS Speaking Part 3. In this part of the test, you will be asked to discuss abstract and complex topics often related to society, culture, technology, and the environment. Your ability to express and justify your opinions clearly and coherently is key to achieving a high band score. In this video, we'll explore how to tackle social issue questions and provide tips and examples for responses that will help you score from Band 4 to Band 9.
Part 3 of the IELTS speaking test focuses on discussing abstract and complex topics. In this section, you will be asked to give your opinion on questions related to social issues. These questions are designed to assess your ability to express yourself in detail, justify your opinions, and discuss ideas logically. The examiner expects you to demonstrate fluency, coherence, and the ability to provide thoughtful, well-organized answers.
Some examples of social issue questions in Part 3 include topics like technology, environmental problems, social inequality, and education. For example, you might be asked, "Do you think technology is improving our lives?" Or, "What can be done to reduce pollution?" Or, "How can governments help solve social problems like inequality?" These questions require you to think critically and present a well-rounded argument. To answer these questions effectively, it's important to structure your responses clearly. Start with an introduction, where you give your opinion on the issue. Then, in the explanation section, justify your opinion by providing reasons or arguments. Follow this with examples to support your view. Real-world examples or personal experiences work well here. Finally, end your answer with a conclusion that summarizes your main point or reflects on the issue.
Here's an example of a Band 4 answer. The response is very brief and lacks depth. The speaker gives a simple yes answer, but doesn't elaborate or provide any explanation or examples. This type of answer is not sufficient to score higher than Band 4 as it lacks detail, reasoning, and examples.
This is a Band 6 answer. The speaker provides a clear opinion and gives a couple of examples, but the answer is still somewhat basic. The explanation is a little general and could benefit from more specific reasoning or examples. There is also room for more elaboration, but the speaker's response is more structured and thoughtful than the Band 4 example.
Here's a Band 9 answer. Notice how the speaker provides a detailed, well-organized response. The answer includes specific examples, reasoning, and a reflection on both the positive and negative aspects of technology. The speaker uses sophisticated vocabulary and complex sentence structures, demonstrating a high level of fluency and language proficiency. Using a range of advanced vocabulary is crucial for achieving a higher score in Part 3. Instead of using basic words like good, bad, or important, try using more specific terms like beneficial, detrimental, or crucial. For example, instead of saying technology is good, say technology is extremely beneficial in many aspects of our daily lives, such as healthcare, education, and communication. This shows the examiner that you have a strong grasp of language and can use vocabulary to express more nuanced ideas.
Now let's look at some common mistakes in Part 3. First, avoid speaking too briefly or giving one-word answers. This isn't enough to demonstrate your language ability. Second, always justify your opinions with explanations or examples. A simple opinion without support won't score well. Third, stay on topic. Don't go off on unrelated tangents. Finally, try to avoid giving generic or overly simple answers. Instead, provide detailed, well-thought-out responses that show your ability to think critically and engage with the topic.
In Part 3, fluency and coherence are key. You need to speak naturally and without hesitation. If you're unsure, take a moment to gather your thoughts, but don't make long pauses. Use linking words like on the one hand, on the other hand, for instance, and in contrast to organize your ideas. These help the examiner follow your argument and make your speech sound more fluent and structured.
Pronunciation plays an important role in Part 3 as well. Speak clearly and ensure you stress important words in your sentences. For example, if you're discussing an important social issue like climate change, emphasize words like urgent, problem, and solutions. Additionally, use intonation to make your speech sound more engaging. If you're talking about a negative aspect of something, your intonation should reflect the seriousness of your point.
To improve your grammar score, try to use a mix of simple, compound, and complex sentences. For example, instead of saying, pollution is a problem, it affects the environment, you can say, pollution is a significant problem because it damages ecosystems, harms human health, and contributes to climate change. This shows that you can link ideas and use a range of sentence structures, which will improve your fluency and grammatical range. One way to make your answers more engaging and detailed is by sharing personal experiences or real-world examples. For example, if you're asked about the importance of education, you could talk about how education has helped you or someone you know. This adds depth to your response and shows that you can connect abstract ideas to real life.
Here are some final tips to succeed in Part 3. Stay calm and organized when answering questions. Use a clear structure and always justify your opinions with reasoning and examples. Make sure to incorporate advanced vocabulary and grammar structures into your answers. This will show the examiner that you have a high level of language proficiency and can engage thoughtfully with complex topics.
To recap, Part 3 of the IELTS speaking test is all about discussing social issues and expressing your opinion on abstract topics. Focus on speaking fluently, providing well-supported opinions, and using a wide range of vocabulary and grammar. Practice regularly and stay confident. With consistent effort, you'll be well on your way to achieving the band score you need.